Hey yo, it's Lyarrah. No funny business before the logo today, because I have just a real quick bit of news for you, which is that I'm going through some growing pains with swap to the new computer, and that just means that this video was recorded in much lower bit rate than it should have been. That means that the images, instead of being the glorious 1080 I'd been hoping to upgrade to starting with today's video, are actually a little bit lower quality than you're going to be used to from me. So if you know you're bugged by artifacting or motion blur and stuff like that, this may be a good episode to treat as a podcast. But if you're not too bothered by that, then hey, just know next episode is going to more than make up for it. We are going to 1080 and 60 FPS because I have a wonderful new computer, and who knows, before too much longer, maybe I'm even going to be able to get RTX going. But for today, let's go ahead and get things rolling. Hey yo, it's Lyarrah, and you joined me today back over at the base. Yes, it's been a while since you've seen this other than for organization's sake, but we have been adding to the organization of it. We have organized the mini blocks. The heads are still a nightmare, but things are done. Things are organized. It's beautiful. I love it. Anyway, point being, things are done. I love it. And it is now time, now that the highway is done, for me to start actually, making it look like someone lives here. By the way, whoever pointed out that the cakes apparently have not protected the beacon after all, thank you for pointing that out. I actually didn't notice it at first. Now, luckily, I have been preparing... Well, we need sandstone more than we need sand, huh? I guess I've left all my sandstone out at the place, but I guess that's fine. I can use this. Nope, that didn't work. Because we are just going to be heading on up to the top here to start mapping out where we want to put stuff on the mesa. So if you haven't seen the mesa or heard my plan with it, I think you dropped a head. No, just an emerald. Boo. If you haven't seen or heard the plan with the mesa, this here is my custom mesa that I built. Everything above the triple brown line is completely built by hand. There's some areas where it's more obvious than others that that's true. And there's still a lot of little detailing and stuff I want to do, but I'm gonna wait to do those parts because there's going to be parts where it's not going to need to be shown because it'll be covered by things going down the sides. And what my plan for the base... And what my plan for the actual base here is going to be is inspired by Meridian, which is a city in the game Horizon Zero Dawn. If you haven't played it, it's one of the few games that's held my attention long enough to like noom through it, and I can't say that about very many games. So do recommend, hands down, please try it. But basically it is a city made primarily out of like terracotta, clay, wood support beams, all on a mesa top with a bit of like farms and jungle below. So I was planning on putting, of course, the mesa buildings up here on top, and then probably doing some farms down that side, and maybe going nuts and planting a bunch of jungle trees in the gaps over on this side. Who knows? We'll have to see how much of the season each part of this takes me. But for the moment, I'm going to start using the sand to kind of plan out where things are going to be. So I think I'm actually gonna like look up a map of actual Meridian and figure out what all buildings were in there. So things I know for absolute certain, I want to have some kind of a central like lodge building type of deal. Probably somewhere over here because it is nicely in the center. You'll have to forgive my complete lack of straight lines. It's not intentional. It's just kind of where my cursor's landing. I know that I want some kind of little like palace building almost. And I think I want that to be on the highest point here. And that one's actually going to be some kind of round most likely. So that's forgivable. This I actually might be splitting like along here to make this be like slightly detached from it. If so, I may have like a little overlook platform come out of the palace type thing, like a little bridge onto it and everything. And I feel like I would like to put some kind of guard tower or I don't know, some kind of like outpost thingy at both ends of the mesa. So one there and one, see, that one's able to kind of see that side. So maybe this one should go, no, I think it should go that still because this side, I actually want to have a bridge connecting over to there. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to put some kind of actual building on top of here or the other idea I had, so that they have like these winch pulley elevators in the game that are nestled into like a corner of it. So really based off of how the game is, it'd be more like, I guess, tucked up in here. But what I'm kind of thinking would be neat is having some kind of suspension between here and there. That is where I have the elevator like attached to. Like it'll be a more primitive one than they've got on there, where it maybe even has to be pulled by hand in order, or maybe even like turned by a water wheel in order to come up and down. So it'll be kind of winched onto there, maybe, you know, suspended above here even. And then there can be like a wood platform across the center there that anything that's in the elevator would step out onto. Of course, the one disadvantage doing that way is that like the elevators were definitely designed to help heavy things get up. But, you know, maybe that's just argument in favor of doing either the water wheel technique, which I could have like a waterfall coming out of here even, going down this side, because that is one of the spots that's kind of grooved out to be like a waterfall, or over here, either or. Have it set up to look like a waterfall being turned by it. I just would want to make sure then that the whole thing empties out onto something a little more sturdy than wood. So that's my primary plan for today. Like that's the main thing I really want to get done. But there is another thing, and the fact that I just ran out of rockets and that we are running pretty dry on supplies again should hint you where we're going with it. What I would like to do is go ahead and build the only farm that I am going to let myself build inside of the mesa, and that is going to be a mob farm. The top is, I think, yeah, about 116 at the high point and like 110-ish. Yeah, 110-ish on most of it. Oh, and mobs spawn between 24 and 44 blocks away from the player. So we are actually about 44 blocks from the ceiling, crazily enough, I think, if I'm doing my math. No, 34. Even perfect. Even more perfect. And oops, I went right in the last block there. By the way, this is going to be like the grand entranceway that there's going to be like a staircase inside. Even though I'm sure I will just be fine the majority of the time. You know what this area is going to need? This area is going to need a market. We should make some signs. We should make some signs and designate what everything is going to be here. Get a nice obnoxious color to put on the signs. My gosh, that reminds me. You guys saw about glow squids by now, right? Like, you gotta have, right? Right? Please tell me you did. Also, I don't have Zoom on this computer yet. Yeah, the glow squids are going to allow you to make signs fluorescent. So that means that you smack a sign with it, or you craft an item frame with it, and you wind up getting a glowing sign or glowing item frame that actually lights up. It doesn't cast light in the area, but it does light up. So I am excited, and my precious squid's gonna actually mean something. In the meantime, though, we've got, you know, obnoxious colors. I don't know why I felt the need to put that in caps lock, but the color was kind of caps lock, so we go with it. We go with it. All right, as for the rest of the area, there's going to mostly be like houses and stuff. And mind you that the way things are set up, this should be primarily like middle and upper class type peeps. And they're the farmers and the other serfs living down there, because it was very much a like tiered society, fairly literally, if you really think about it in this situation. As I was starting to say about the area below, I do want to put a mob farm in here. And what my plan with this mob farm is going to be is for it to be far enough below the upper area that I don't have to worry about mob sounds all the time when I'm up there. But, you know, close enough to it that as I'm wandering around up there, mobs will spawn. And that way I can go ahead and get myself all kinds of, you know, gunpowder and other things. But really, I only care about the gunpowder. And, I mean, I would just make it a creeper-only farm, but those are so ineffective on Bedrock from my understanding, so there's really not much of a point. I could theoretically just like throw out anything that's not gunpowder that comes from it though, in all honesty. Maybe I will. What I haven't decided yet is whether I'm gonna do it as the like blocks version. Like let me grab, yeah, we'll use those, and we will use some trapdoors to demonstrate what I'm trying to say. So there is like, uh-oh, I'm walking into blocks. There is like this kind of mob farm that people make quite frequently, where it is either rows like this that mobs can then fall off of. Hello, can I stop walking? Take my elytra off. Nope, still walking into blocks. Oh, I love 1, not 200. Anyway, yeah, you'll have them like this, or you'll have them as single blocks kind of lined up, set up so that either way, mobs will just walk right off of these. And I could do that. I could do that either onto like a wither rose platform, or a water platform or something. Or I could just do a platform with water dumping off of it, and kind of channel them through the middle. Or I could even just do spawning spots that have wither roses straight on them. I don't have very many of those, but I do still owe some wither fights to my community. And there is an anniversary stream day coming up, so I'm thinking maybe that might be a good use of that time. Maybe. We'll see if I don't want to do it before then or something. But regardless what style I'm going to do it in, I'm actually going to be letting my chat kind of help me design it. Either later tonight or tomorrow. I wanted to make sure that I got at least this part of what I'm doing today recorded before the stream. And I guess the other thing I can do is kind of like measure out where we want this to be. So we know that top there is 110? Yes, 110. So we need the mobs to be at 94 at the highest. So I suppose 90 is ideal, and I suppose I didn't bring any lights with me. Whoops. You know what? To avoid things spawning, let's just put trapdoors up here for the moment. Yeah, that sounds smart. So the trick is that I have to be far enough away from that for mobs to spawn on it. But the good thing is that like diagonals count, so I can be like over here and stuff will spawn on that because it winds up far enough away overall. Also, while being on the surface directly above won't do me any good, pretty much anywhere else on the surface till probably about like there would get me that section right there. And what that means is that I can have this tiny passive mob farm under here. It's not going to have huge output. There's not going to be a whole lot of spawning space. But what it is going to do is be pretty much continuously working anytime that I'm over here. And it will be nicely hidden underneath the floor of the mesa. And since there is that 16 block gap there, that means that I can still have space to do like basements. So if somebody has like a grain storage underneath the thing or a wine cellar or something like that, I can easily put those inside and put them underneath stuff. I can even have like secret tunnels going around underneath it. It'll be great. Like there's all kinds of options that'll still be available despite the fact that, let's get this out of my way so I can actually see. Despite the fact that this is going to be, you know, going on all underneath our feet, and that's going to be nicely hidden away in there. Now, you will remember that I did promise that I wasn't just going to hide everything underground this season. I had a giant redstone pit last season, and I never finished off the pit, so everything was just kind of in this ugly hole. Bye, terracotta. Rip. You know, actually, hang on. Let's see if I can find the terracotta. Yes. Okay. And there we go. Cool. That worked. All right. Yeah, we're going to cover these over with trapdoors. I was just trying to make some light holes so that it's not dark while I'm working down there, but I also don't want to just like fall in. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not just fall in. Let's even seal off the beacon hole. And I'm gonna go research some mob farms, I guess, and be back here with you, probably after I've got the platform built and stuff, so see you in a few. Okay, so at this point, I just need, like, some kind of default soundbite or, like, splash card that says I got carried away and got the whole thing done on stream. But in my defense this time, I actually didn't think it would go this fast. Yeah, meet my mob farm. It's a little bit different than I was expecting it to be, but it does work. It did turn out fine. Let me sleep first. So yeah, let me show you what's going on here, how this works. If I can get on top here. There we go. So this is a fairly normal, yeah, we can safely drop in on this platform. Just your basic mobs can spawn here and they will walk off because mobs are stupid. type of setup. I am realizing that I may need to change it a little bit because I am getting a lot of spiders and they are escaping. But basically, the idea is that they'll mistake the trapdoors for being something they can step on. They'll fall off down into the water below. Oop. Let me out. Let me out. There we go. And when they fall off into the water below, they'll then fall into second layer of water and get zoomed on down into here. And down there, there is a mix of mostly magma blocks, but you'll see that there are a couple of wither roses mixed in. I would have actually ideally liked it to all be wither roses for simplicity's sake, but I only have 6 to my name at the moment. And those are from the Christmas gift from Foxy, so I'm still really grateful to him for that because they came in handy. I only used 4 there just in case. But the wither roses are basically there to kill any witches. Primary purpose for them. But yeah, I have it set up like this. I'm worried I may need to seal off the sides, but I'm also... I'm sorry, I always laugh at the mobs falling. But yeah, because of the spider climbing issues and stuff. But really the main problem with this is the noise. I have successfully put this where I'm not going to have to hear that noise from up there. But I'm still going to have to hear it in here, and that worries me. Like, that's a frustration to me. That said, you know, this is only going to be my storage room until I get someplace set up top. Maybe what I should do is prioritize that room. Like, figure out what I want to use for storage and make that building first out of all the buildings. Of course, I say that and I've let myself get distracted by another side project, which was the idea of separating this off into its own spire. Still need to finish doing that, but I had my stream help me decide if this was a good idea or not. We decided that, yeah, no, this looks fine. I will probably have to, you know, do some changes as far as dipping that in a little bit more and stuff like that. But overall, this should be easy to turn into a spire. The one funny part is that right now it kind of looks like it's trying to fall over if I go up here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. It looks like it's tipping over that way, and it just keeps cracking me up. I also do think I actually want the spire to go down further. So, not this low. More like the dark line there, maybe. That's more what I was thinking. At some point, I just need to get, like, an inventory of milk and come run around the mesa. Anyway, I have decided that I am going to go ahead and also work on the staircase up into here. And the reason for that is, well, number one, because I know I'm going to have to move the beacon. Number two, because I honestly feel like this is going to be such a big thing that I want to make sure that I am aiming it well, that I'm choosing a good path for it. And I keep looking at how tall this place actually is and being like, why did I do this to myself? I mean, the staircase is one of those things that could get scrapped as far as the ideas on this go. I will have the pulley system over here. I can probably set up some other kind of, like, back entrance somewhere or something. Like, I know that there is this cave over here. Yeah, this cave right here goes on into here. So I could leave that cave and put some kind of like a water chute to it here. And of course the portal's going to be up top. Although maybe I'll set it up for 2 portals that are really close to each other. Have one that gets down below and the other one up above. But yeah, other thing with all of this, I've been trying to AFK at the mob farm. It has not necessarily been the most effective process. But you know, we're still waiting on it. We're still learning. It's produced gunpowder, so that's good enough for me. I am plenty fine with that. And what I would like to do, because I am about to go stream. Oh, by the way, there's a rail system going back and forth in here, underneath everything. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should put glass on the front of this, just so that I can see what's going on in it. But I don't know. Yeah, I'll think about it. Anyway, as I was saying, putting all of this stuff away, and then I'm going to go ahead and stream again. I know it's a 2-stream episode. What shock and awe, honestly, most of them are like 7-stream episodes because I've been taking so long between episodes lately. But hopefully this one will get done today. Alright, so I'm checking in with y'all from a creative copy of the world, actually, where it has just seen fit to to start raining. Yeah, I went ahead and downloaded a creative copy after my stream yesterday. All kinds of cool stuff, like you can see Jesse and Groova's faces in the back behind me there. And in front of me, you can see the shopping district, and you can see Maya and Zoe's bases from over here at spawn. Yeah, my render distance is crazy now. But reason we are on this copy is actually because I want to look at some of the stuff that I did yesterday and see how to make it better. Alright, so we've got the grand entrance down here at the base of the mesa, and I started a staircase for it. But I quickly realized, oh wait, the mob farm is exactly where I want this to be. So we're trying to figure out a different solution for it here. And I felt like it would be easier to come up with a better solution if I just, you know, knock this space out. Do. Alright, there we go. Went ahead and cleared that out, make it easier for me to see from up here. So this is about where I had wanted it to come out at. It's just like anywhere along this curve. That is going to be incredibly hard now because of my dumb butt going ahead and putting this here. This is why this is eventually supposed to go over here, but I forgot about that fact. So, I mean, I may just have to remake this. That may be the logical solution to all this. It would suck, but it wouldn't. It took me about 2 hours to build this, like, from scratch, from imagination. I could do it much faster now. The alternative is for me to change up how this curves. And I've been kind of like debating that option. Almost like basically starting it curving more like here. And taking advantage of the fact that it is like this area here to go ahead and curl around once and then head that way. So kind of like the top of a treble cliff, like a full 270 on it. Because I feel like if I just go ahead and like turn this early instead, we're just gonna slap straight into this wall. I don't know. This was gonna be perfect, but I put this in the way. Or, well, wait, let's see. The 89. It's at 110. So that's about 20 blocks difference. So we need to go. It would put it coming up about here, which I think would have been fine. I think that would have been good. But we'll go ahead and see about having it come out about here with the full loop around. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to actually draw it as a wider circle, because this couldn't make up its mind if it was around a circle or not with the way that I was doing it. Because this side obviously should have then gone into a circle for a second there, and da 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 da. Yeah, this is going to need... Something's off there. This is something that's definitely going to need to be thought out a little bit more. This was all free-handed on a stream. Don't freehand spirals, people. Just don't. Or do, and be prepared to have it completely natural. Which I should probably explain to you the look of it, because it is actually meant to not look natural. It is meant to be very blatant that these are chiseled into the mountain, and this is going to actually be a cave around us. We're going to be completely caved in on that. Caved in. Surrounded. I don't know. It's going to be a tunnel. We are going to primarily be going with the smooth red sandstone stairs like we've got there, but of course regular red sandstone, maybe some acacia, and maybe some granite in there as additional things, and maybe a few spots where it is still an actual terracotta block there, but we'll be doing kind of a mix of it. But this situation right here calls to mind another problem that I have had. That is the fact that very often I find myself over here on the creative copy doing my intros and stuff to episodes, because I'll just flat out forget to do one beforehand. Yeah, yeah. I'll start on a project and then be like, wait, I didn't intro that episode. So a lot of my intros get recorded after the rest of them. But one of my viewers gave me an idea on how to fix that. So we're going to head back over on the actual server and get ourselves a shulker box together. Alright, back on the actual server here. And hey, I can hear the reason I put the wither roses in there. Let's see, we've got over a stack of gun... Peeps, we got over a stack of gunpowder on something I just designed myself. Oh, I'm so excited! I'm so excited! Oh my goodness. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's amazing. So somewhere in one of these, I have got a shulker. Yeah, there we go. Forgot to record an intro. As a shulker that has been handed to me as very much a steep call out by one of my patrons. And I need to fill this with replicas of everything that I've got. Everything that I would have on me on an average day, so that when I do forget to record an intro and I do have to go log into a creative copy like we just did a little bit ago to pull the roof off of this place, I don't have to worry about not having my stuff. And what I mean by I don't have my stuff is that, you know, if I'm wanting to just pretend that it's just the normal version of things, then, you know, I've got to make sure that I have enchanted stuff on me. And while I can go ahead and do all of these enchants and stuff like that from the creative menu, it's time consuming to do it every time like that. And I can't just mix the creative that's then available forever in creative. And I guess technically I could go ahead and just put like my armor and stuff someplace before I sign off each day, but that's tedious. That's very tedious. And I'm not about that life. So instead we're going to be tedious right now once in game, so I never have to be tedious in the creative copies ever again. And we are going to go ahead and make duplicates of all of my stuff here. We've got, you know, our full set of tools. Probably should include my trident on it. We'll have to figure that out. Everything that I would normally have on me. So some chorus fruits, some carrots, some rockets, ender chest, arrows, fire resistance, just everything to make it a convincing representative of what I would have. And of course, you know, my armor and stuff. And the thing is that these are all very specifically named and everything. These get named by people in my streams. And if I'm just scrolling past these and it doesn't have the full name and everything, people are going to be curious. People are going to wonder why I have a pick that just has E5 and nothing else. You know, stuff like that. So we're going to take advantage of the fact that we've got the villagers. Ow. And before their cheap trades fade away entirely, because the spawner bug is fixed, no, we're going to go ahead and get everything that it's going to take to recreate my set, get us a full backup set. And I guess that'll be the other advantage of it. It's a full backup set of our gear in case something stupid happens to it, which hopefully won't, but this is me, so it probably inevitably will. Hooray, power of anvils. Alright, so I figured you have all seen far more than enough trading montages from me. So, ta-da! Here is our backup set of stuff. You'll note that I didn't go for just, you know, full stacks on the golden carrots and stuff, because, you know, it's a little obvious. Now, as for why these are all still diamond and not, netherite, well, while I'm no longer diamond poor, I still, yeah, I don't have much in the way of netherite at the moment. I thought I at least still had an ingot, but I must have used it on something, geez. Or I put it in my shop, one of the two. I should check the shop and see if there's any left there. Hello? See if there's any left there. But I figure it's a lot easier for me to just go ahead and netherite and get onto a few things than the full process of everything. I've also got books already out in here in case I forgot something. You know, it's all going to work out. So we're going to go ahead and put that someplace that's going to be real easy to remember. And now we are all covered. Anytime that we need to pop back in to do an intro after the fact. Hooray! Scatterbrain saved from myself. And I think that's going to do it for today. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. And if you'll excuse me, hey yo, it's Lyarrah.